Welcome, future pharmacists. Today, we'll delve into the critical process of Pebc document evaluation, a crucial step for those aspiring to practice pharmacy in Canada. In our last video, we covered the initial stages of the application process, which included obtaining a NAPRA ID or Pebc ID, as well as registering with Pebc and Pharmacist Gateway Canada. If you're new to this, make sure to watch that video and you can find the link below. Today, we're going to dive deep into the Pebc document evaluation process. Let's first grasp the core concept of Pebc document evaluation before we delve into the details. This crucial step forms the basis for your path towards obtaining a Canadian pharmacy license. It serves as the initial stage to ensure that your pharmacy degree meets the standards set by Canada. Before you can move on to the evaluating examination, successfully completing the document evaluation is a necessary requirement. For this, we are required to submit the application both online and in hard copy format to Pebc. So, first let's check the online application and the payment details. To do that, sign in with your portal account. Once you have finished the portal account registration and payment as we discussed in the previous video, you will get a new activity entitled Current Phase, Document Evaluation. You need to complete all of the following steps to apply for document evaluation. Each step is reviewed by Pebc. After a step is reviewed, the status of the step will change to approved or rejected in your portal account. The first step is application, paper version. Here you can click to download the paper version of the pharmacist document evaluation application. This application form you have to courier along with a set of other documents directly to the Pebc. We will discuss about the application form later along with the other documents those are required to be sent to the Pebc. You can confirm the step once Pebc receives the paper version of your document evaluation application. You have to fill all these steps one by one, which includes your identification documents and photo. You will need to submit a scanned photo for Pebc to verify your identity. You must ensure the photo you upload meets these requirements, or it will be rejected and will slow down your application process. First of all, it should be a passport acceptable photo of yourself, and it must be the same passport acceptable photo that you glue to the hard copy of your application, which is very, very important. Make sure that the photo you are uploading here and the photo that you are attaching on the application form should be same. Also, it should be taken within 1 year of submission of your application. And it should be a JPEG file. They are also giving some size requirements, such as it must be less than 200 kilobits in size. Also, it should be 400 by 600 pixels minimum and 600 by 800 maximum size. Make sure that you are not uploading more than one photo. This is about the photo. And also you have to enter your education and licensing information on the online application form. Now let us move into the items required to submit to the Pebc. In addition to completing the application and paying the fee in the portal, the following items must be submitted for your document evaluation to be completed. 1. A properly witnessed printed application form. 2. A certified copy of documents to support identity. 3. Documents to support graduation from an acceptable pharmacy program. 4. Documents to support your international licensing status. The first 2 items should be sent to the Pebc from the candidate itself. First of all, take a printout of your application form. It should look like this. After downloading the application, you can fill in the application form before printing it or fill it in with pen by hand after printing it. Fill your Pebc ID and NAPRA Gateway ID in the required field correctly. Note that Pebc ID is not mandatory here, but add it in the space provided if you have received it by the time you submit your application. Also enter your name on your application exactly as it appears on the identification and other documents. Fill out the other information requested. Attach a passport acceptable photo to the application that was taken within the past year. However, make sure that the photo you are uploading here and the photo that you are attaching on the application form should be same. Note that only sign the application in front of the acceptable witness. You will also need to submit identification for Pebc to verify your identity. You must courier the witnessed paper copy of your ID to Pebc with the paper version of your application. A valid international passport, birth certificate, or Canadian citizenship card can be used as your primary identification document. If you're applying for immigration purposes, it is highly advisable to submit your international passport as your primary identification document. You can attach the identification page of your passport. To confirm your education information, you have to submit a properly witnessed copy of your undergraduate pharmacy degree certificate. Pebc evaluates only your undergraduate education qualifications to verify if they are equivalent to a 4-year undergraduate pharmacy degree in Canada. So, these 3 are the mandatory documents to submit: properly witnessed copy of your application form, copy of identification document, and copy of undergraduate degree certificate. If you have changed your name, you will need to provide the primary ID mentioned earlier for your previous name, along with the necessary documents to prove your name change. Pebc requires a certified copy of one of the following for each name change: your marriage certificate or your change of name certificate. Note that if you've recently changed your name and you're using your passport as your primary identification, remember to include both the address page and the identification page, or simply the front and back pages of your passport. In addition, if you were licensed before but not anymore, you should present a statutory declaration to a notary public, commissioner for oaths, lawyer, or embassy or consulate official. The declaration must state, "I am not currently licensed anywhere in the world," and give a short explanation for why you are not licensed at the moment. So these are the documents you have to send to the Pebc from the candidate side. Next, you'll have to get your application and documents witnessed and signed by one of these individuals: a notary public, a commissioner for oaths, a lawyer, or an embassy or consulate official. Once you have finished all these steps, now you can courier the properly witnessed and signed copies of documents to the Pebc. So, these are the documents to courier to Pebc from the candidate side: properly witnessed copy of your application form, copy of identification document, copy of undergraduate degree certificate, proof of your name change, if applicable, and finally, statutory declaration, if you were licensed before but not anymore. The third step is documents to support graduation from an acceptable pharmacy program. The Pebc requires your university transcript for your undergraduate degree program sent to Pebc directly from your university or affiliated college, either by mail or courier. You can contact your university or affiliated college to arrange for this to be done by mail or courier. Fourth step is completing documents to support your international licensing status. Pebc also requires a licensing statement to be sent to Pebc directly from all licensing authorities by which you are licensed, by mail or courier. So, the documents can be classified into 3. From the applicant: application form, passport, or primary identification document, degree certificate, change of name documents, and not licensed statutory declaration if required. Transcript directly sent from the university where the applicant completed the pharmacist degree. Good standing certificate directly sent from all the licensing authorities that the applicant has and active license. After Pebc receives your paper document evaluation application, it might take around 6 weeks for them to initially review your application and other documents. You will receive an email notification about the status of your document evaluation requirements, and you can also access that information through the Pebc portal. Once you have fulfilled all the requirements, it will take approximately 8 weeks for your document evaluation to be finished and your results to be communicated. Once you successfully complete the document evaluation, you can expect to see the exam application and ECA report application in your portal account under credentials within a week of your approval. Please follow the Pebc guidelines to properly complete the paper version of the application. You will also find these instructions on the Pebc website. Congratulations! You've completed the application process for Pebc document evaluation. Stay tuned for updates in your portal account, and remember to check your email regularly for communication from Pebc.